Welcome to the deep dive. Everyone talks about wanting financial stability, right? That feeling of peace,
Mm.
freedom to make choices without money worries hanging over you.
Yeah, absolutely.
But for so many people, it just feels overwhelming, like this huge mountain you can't climb and you don't even have a map.
Exactly. Where do you even start?
Well, today we're looking at a very specific map, a pretty famous one, actually.
Okay.
Our deep dive today is unpacking The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey.
Yes. A big one.
Right. It's not just, another finance book. It's a whole framework, a step-by-step plan for, disciplined money management.
Living completely debt-free.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
actually building wealth that lasts.
Yeah.
So our mission here is basically to give you the shortcut.
Mm-hmm.
We're pulling out the key ideas, the important bits, maybe some surprising things too.
So you can quickly get a handle on Ramsey's core philosophy.
Exactly. And decide if this, pretty rigorous approach feels right for your financial journey.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, let's unpack this blueprint. Because Ramsey's whole thing is it's less about complicated math.
And much more about us, our behavior.
Yeah. As I was getting into the material, what really jumped out at me was how unconventional it is. He doesn't just give advice. He actively challenges these, deeply ingrained beliefs we have about money, stuff we just accept.
That's totally spot on. I mean, the foundational idea itself is pretty radical for a lot of folks.
Which is...
Debt is the enemy, period.
Right.
He argues we have to stop seeing debt, student loans, car payments, credit cards as just, normal.
Like a tool, almost.
Yeah, or just manageable. He sees them as traps, active barriers preventing real wealth building. It's a total reframe.
And that is a huge shift, isn't it? We get so many messages saying debt's okay, even necessary sometimes.
It's everywhere.
So if the debt is enemy number one, what else does he challenge?
Well, another big one is this idea you can't out-earn bad habits.
Ooh, I like that.
It's powerful, right? Ramsey insists your success isn't mainly about how much you earn.
It's about what you do with it.
Exactly. It's about managing what you have, controlling spending, changing those destructive financial habits, not just chasing a bigger paycheck.
Okay.
And that flows right into maybe his most crucial insight, behavior change math.
The 80-20 rule.
That's the one. He famously says financial success is 80% behavior, only 20% knowledge.
Which feels kind of true, doesn't it? Most people know they should spend less than they earn.
They know the math, basically. The struggle isn't the what, it's the how. It's the discipline, the consistent habits.
That 80-20 thing really sticks with you. It applies to so much, not just money. So if behavior is the main thing, how does he use that for something like paying off debt, which feels so massive?
Well, that's where the snowball effect comes in.
The debt snowball. Heard of it.
It's a brilliant psychological tool. Instead of starting with the highest interest rate debt, which is, the standard advice.
Right, the math way.
Yeah. You start with your smallest debt balance first. You attack that one. And you get these incredibly fast wins. You knock out a whole debt quickly. That builds momentum, motivation. You see progress.
So it fuels you to keep going.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And finally, his whole system reinforces that wealth is built slowly.
No get-rich-quick stuff here.
Absolutely not. It's a firm rejection of that. Real financial freedom, he argues, it's a long game, built through consistent, deliberate actions over time, patience and persistence.
So when you put it all together, what does this mean for us listening?
It means, fundamentally, that a shift in your mindset is step zero.
Right, before you even do anything else.
Yeah, recognizing that your financial journey isn't really about complex formulas or timing the market. It's much more about your daily choices, your habits.
Okay, so we've covered the mindset shift, the why behind it all. But how do you actually do it? What are the concrete actions?
Right, the practical step.
Yeah, it's one thing to have the philosophy, another to have a roadmap. And Ramsey provides a very clear one. The 7 baby steps.
Exactly. And they're designed to be followed in order. Each one builds on the last, creating momentum and security.
Okay, step 1.
Step 1. Save $1,000 emergency fund fast.
Just 1,000. That seems small.
It is, intentionally. The purpose is just a small, immediate safety net. Something between you and Murphy's Law.
Right.
You save this $1,000 as fast as you possibly can. Sell stuff, extra work, cut spending drastically for a bit.
Get intense about it.
Yeah, because you need that small cushion before you tackle debt. So if the car breaks down, you don't reach for a credit card to go backwards.
Okay, crucial buffer. Got it. What's next?
Once that doll K is safe, you hit step 2.
Yeah.
Pay off all debt except the mortgage using the debt snowball.
Okay, here's the snowball we talked about.
Exactly. You list all your non-mortgage debts, credit cards, car loans, student loans, whatever, smallest balance to largest balance.
Regardless of interest rate.
Completely ignore interest rates for now. Pay minimums on everything except the smallest one. You throw every spare dollar at that smallest debt. Once it's gone, poof, you take all the money you were paying on it, plus the minimum payment, and roll it onto the next smallest debt.
Ah, so the payment amount snowballs.
It gets bigger and bigger, knocking out debts faster and faster.
Okay, but hold on. We touched on this, but ignoring interest rates, that still feels wrong to my logical brain.
I hear you.
People are always told, pay the highest interest first. Save money. Why deliberately pay potentially more interest just for a feeling?
It's a really common and totally fair pushback. And you're right, mathematically, it's often not the optimal way to minimize total interest paid.
Right.
But Ramsey's whole argument, going back to that 80% behavior thing, is that personal finance is mostly about behavior, not math.
Okay.
He believes most people need those quick wins, that feeling of progress, to stay motivated. If they start with a huge high-interest loan that takes forever to budge, they get discouraged and quit.
Ah, so the best mathematical plan doesn't work if you don't stick to it.
Precisely. Yeah. So he prioritizes the psychological victory to keep you in the game. It does raise that fundamental question, though. What matters more, perfect math or a plan you'll actually follow?
Interesting trade-off. Okay, so debt's gone except the house. What's step 3?
Step 3, fully fund emergency savings, 3 to 6 months of expenses. Now, you build that small buffer into a serious safety net.
3 to 6 months of what you actually spend.
Your essential living costs, yeah. This protects you from major life hits, job loss, big medical bills, unexpected home repairs, stuff that could really derail you.
And where do you keep this? Still mattress money?
No, probably not the mattress. Needs to be safe and accessible, but not too easy to dip into. A high-yield savings account is usually the recommendation.
Got it. Secure but liquid. Okay, step 4.
Now, with debt gone and emergencies covered, you move to step 4. Invest 15% of household income for retirement.
15%, okay.
Yep, invest 15% of your gross household income into tax-advantaged retirement accounts. Think 401k, Roth IRAs.
Why those specifically?
Because the tax advantages are huge. Your money grows faster without the immediate drag of taxes. You're focusing on growth here, things like good mutual funds or index funds. This is about building long-term wealth for financial independence later.
Makes sense. Secure your own oxygen mask first, kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which leads perfectly into step 5. Save for your children's college fund.
Ah, the kids.
Yes, but notice the order. You use things like 529 plans or education savings accounts. Great tools for college savings, often with tax benefits.
But only after the 15% for retirement is happening.
Absolutely critical. Ramsey always says, there are no loans for retirement. You could borrow for college. You can't borrow for your retirement. Secure your future first.
Solid advice. Okay, step 6. Almost there.
Step 6. Pay off your home early.
The final debt frontier.
That's it. Now you take any extra money beyond your investing and living expenses and throw it at the mortgage principal. Get rid of that house payment completely.
Wow. Imagine that feeling.
Total financial freedom, right? Lower risk, way less stress, and frees up massive cash flow.
Which leads us to the final step.
Step 7, build wealth and give generously.
The fun part.
Well, yeah, you keep investing aggressively, enjoy the freedom you've earned, but it's also about legacy, impact. Using money as a tool to help others, support causes you care about. It becomes more than just about you.
That's a powerful sequence. So we've got the steps, the roadmap, but like any system, there's got to be more to it, right? Underlying ideas and probably some criticisms too.
Oh, definitely. Beyond the steps, there are key principles. And yeah, it's crucial to look at the critiques for a balanced view.
Give us the full picture.
Okay, so a big theme is reject the myths. We touched on this. He really pushes back against cultural norms, like needing a credit score.
Which is huge. How do you rent a car or get a mortgage without one, supposedly?
He argues there are ways, like manual underwriting for mortgages. It's harder, maybe, but possible. He also attacks the idea that car payments are normal. Just save and pay cash.
So it requires a different way of operating in the world.
Very much so. Which ties into live below your means. Discipline, delayed gratification, it's fundamental.
And paying cash helps with that.
That's his argument for cash over credit. You feel it more when you hand over physical cash. It helps control spending, avoids debt traps.
Makes sense psychologically. What else?
He also really emphasizes insurance and protection. Having the right kinds and amounts of insurance, life, health, disability, home, auto, is non-negotiable. Protects the whole plan.
Safeguarding your progress.
Exactly. And finally, accountability. This stuff is hard. Doing it with a spouse, partner, a coach, or even just a supportive group makes a massive difference in sticking with it.
Community helps. Okay, so what about the downsides, the criticisms?
Right, important considerations. First, as we discussed, the debt snowball ignores interest rates. Mathematically, you might pay more interest total. That's a valid critique if minimizing interest is your absolute top priority.
Okay, what else?
The investment advice is generalized. The 15% into specific types of mutual funds, it's solid starting advice, but it's broad.
Not tailored.
Right. Might not be sophisticated enough for complex situations or people with different risk tolerances or goals later on. You might need more personalized advice eventually.
Fair enough. And the big one?
The big one is simply that the whole plan requires strict discipline and lifestyle adjustments.
It sounds intense.
It is intense, especially at the beginning. Cutting spending, saying no, working extra jobs. It demands significant behavioral change. And that's just really hard for some people to start and sustain. It's not a magic wand.
Yeah, that commitment level is serious. It all really brings you back to that core question, doesn't it? For you listening, how much of getting ahead financially is about finding the absolute perfect mathematical formula versus how much is just, finding a plan and having the grit to actually stick with it?
It's a key question to ask yourself.
So if we boil down Ramsey's whole process, the core tenets, what are they?
You could really sum it up in 4 key actions, I think. 1, get out of debt completely. 2, build that safety net, the emergency fund. 3, invest consistently for the long term. And 4, use your wealth to give generously.
Debt freedom, security, growth, and generosity.
Pretty much sums it up. And it always circles back to that core philosophy.
The 80-20.
Right. Financial freedom, in this view, is 80% behavior, only 20% head knowledge. It's about consistent action day in, day out, more than complex theories.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. If financial success really is 80% behavior, what's one small, consistent action you could take starting today? That might have the biggest impact on your long-term financial freedom. Even if, maybe especially if, it feels a little counterintuitive at first.